Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw from July 20th from Detroit. So yeah, if you're new to these reviews, I go over all the matches and segments, I rank them and give the full show a rating at the end of it. So yeah, let's start off with the opening match because wow, this show did not open up with a promo for the first time in forever, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, started off with Javon Evans and Dragon Lee versus the Vision. So yeah, it's pretty cool that they're actually starting the show with a match. So yeah, let's see that more often, please. I would like to see that more often. So yeah, but yeah, originally it was supposed to be Seth Rollins opening up the show. So yeah, that's that there. But yeah, Javon Evans and Dragon Lee versus the Vision. The Vision won clean, I'm pretty sure. And then Alpha Academy came to make the save after the match finished, but they were unsuccessful as the Vision stood tall after that. At this point, I think the reason why they still have Braun in that horrible faction, I think it's because they're waiting for Logan Paul to become clear, and once Logan gets cleared, I think that's when they go back to shoving Braun up the main event. I hope. I mean, that's wishful thinking, but I'm hoping that's the case. But yeah, Alpha Academy. I hope they win the tag titles at SummerSlam. I'm hoping Logan's cleared by SummerSlam. I don't even know if they might. I don't even know if they're gonna have a match on Raw because apparently they are. I might not have seen it. So yeah, they're either having a match on Raw or SummerSlam, but I'd rather the Alpha Academy win the titles anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna give the match a 3.7 out of 5. It was pretty fun to watch. So yeah, let's move on to the next segment. All right, next up was Denhausen and the Judgment Days segment. Denhausen came out to address the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day came out. They wanted the money back. So yeah, I mean, okay. Here's the gripe I have with this segment. I'm okay with Denhausen because I'm okay with him. Like, he's not my favorite character, but at least he brings like some sort of like laughable energy in the arena. The thing I don't like is that he's kind of interfering in championship stuff, which I need off the table. Like, he's supposed to be a comedy character, not someone that's supposed to like be in between championship feuds. We'll see more of that later on in the show, but that's just what I have to get out of my chest right there. But I'm kind of enjoying this comedy feud with the Judgment Day and Danhausen. They're just trying to get their money back and all that. I think it's kind of cool. So yeah, it's out there. But then Dominic and JD started beating him up, and then Joe Hendry for some reason came out. I kind of missed the aura that Joe Hendry had, which like every time you said his name, he would just come out of nowhere. Which I guess they just don't have that with him anymore. Can the main roster be fun, please? I'm just kidding. No, I wish though, but yeah. Joe Hendry came out, made the save. So yeah, I'm gonna give that segment a 3.3 out of 5. I didn't hate it. I thought it was decent. So that's about it there. Let's move on to the next match. Next up, you had was Oba Femi versus JD McDonough. Now, what provoked this match was that Danhausen gave the Judgment Day like an empty suitcase, but I think JD threw it by accident and it hit Oba Femi, and Oba Femi got pissed off, and then yeah, we had a match. 58 seconds, but damn, was it a fun 58 seconds? Wait, out of context, that sounds terrible. But yeah, Oba Femi can just make magic in 1 minute, and JD's selling, and like for some reason, it was probably one of the best 1 minute matches I've seen out of Oba Femi. I don't mean I glazed that much, but it was like it was pretty entertaining. But I'm hoping these matches, when that Brock Lesnar feud is out of the window, I'm hoping these matches kind of come to a close and we can see more longer Oba Femi matches because Oba can work. He can work. So yeah, but this was a pretty fun like little squash right here. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. I mean, it was not even a bad match either. For what it was not bad at all. So yeah, love like cool little side quests that Oba Femi had before SummerSlam as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's move on to the next segment. And the next segment, my eyes are swollen. I'm sorry. And the next segment was Soul Takeover and Seth Rollins' promo segment. So yeah, apparently this was originally gonna kick off the show, which okay, but Solo came out. Came out, called out Seth Rollins, gave him a proposition where he can have Seth back at SummerSlam, like how Seth had Cody's back at WrestleMania. So yeah, I for one hate that idea because first of all, it just implies that the Bloodline will interfere in that match, which I don't like at all, really, because Seth and Roman, it's been its own feud for like what, 10, 15 plus years. It's been its own feud for that long. I do not think the Bloodline need to be involved in any sort of capacity during this. I mean, it's a filler episode, so okay, it makes sense. I kind of had this segment kind of explore every possibility that they could have. But at the same time, I still think it's stupid because like, why would the bloodline should not be interfering in anything from this match? This match has been built for 15 years. It would be ruined if the bloodline come in. So yeah, and the bloodline have their own thing too. They have LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa. But yeah, this was one of those segments where it's not going to happen, but it's fun to explore the possibility. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2.4 out of 5 though. I had it rated as 3.4, but now that I think about it, it's gonna be stupid if the damn bloodline interfere. So yeah, 2.4 out of 5. Let's just move on from this, please. So yeah, moving on to the next match. Next up was a tag team match between Ethan Page and Rusev versus Chad Gable and Penta. Filler match. It was fine. Filler match. Cool finish though. Penta and Chad Gable ended up getting the win, so that was that there. I'm gonna give it a 3.1 out of 5. And then next up was Dominic Mysterio versus Joe Hendry. This match kind of pissed me off. It was also mid, I would say that. It was a mid match, and then, yeah. During the match, Danhausen comes out, Liv Morgan kind of beats him up, and then him and Io Sky just come into that freaking tank he has, whatever vehicle he has. And Liv Morgan is still cursed, by the way. I forgot to mention that in that first segment. I don't know why I forgot to mention it. But yeah, Liv Morgan is still cursed by Danhausen, which she's the champion and Io is challenging for it. We don't need this comedy character coming into the match. Like, this is, I don't want to say it's another Pat McAfee situation. Because Pat McAfee's a celebrity, Danhausen's already like a main WWE character. But it still kind of feels like that because he has no business interfering in championship feuds and all that. I'm okay with him sticking around with Dom and JD because it could be fun, it could be funny, could get a good laugh out of me. But at the same time, it's like if he's interfering in championships, that just kind of ruins the prestige and the prestige of that match that's coming up at SummerSlam. It's making that whole feud between Liv and Io seem like a whole joke. Which, okay, Liv hasn't even defended the fucking title yet, so, yeah, no, execution on that exterior feud, a thumbs down. There you go, thumbs down, and the match, 2.6 out of 5. Like, I wasn't feeling this at all. So let's move on to the main event. The main event being LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Now, this was not the greatest match ever. I mean, the WrestleMania match at WrestleMania 41 for the U.S. title, it was much better than this. This was just mid, once again, another filler match, I would say there. Yeah, a bunch of shenanigans there. It was like full-on bloodline rules at the main event, and then at the end of it was an all-out brawl to end the show. Jacob won because of interferences. Jimmy came out. Jimmy came out. Jay returned. Royce Keys came in. Solo Sikoa came in as well. Okay, I think sequentially it was Jimmy first, Solo second, then Jey Uso returned, then Royce Keys came in, and then after that it was a 6-man brawl that led to the Bloodline standing tall. Which, I thought the brawl was cool. I thought it was pretty good. So, yeah, the match, I'll give it a 2.9 out of 5. But the brawl at the end of it was pretty fun to watch. So, yeah. I like how they're building up that match at SummerSlam, too. I think it's cool to have the Bloodline going on little side quests. What I don't want, like I said earlier in the video, I don't want the Bloodline going into that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns story. Leave that alone. Just have their own thing. It's cool that they're having their own thing right here at SummerSlam as well. So, pretty cool there. But here are the rankings for the matches. My favorite match was the opening match, Joanne Evans and Dragon Lee versus The Vision. And then it kind of went just downhill from there. Went from mid segments. I mean, Danhausen stuff was pretty cool, but I don't like the. Oh yeah, that's the biggest gripe I have with this one. I was wondering, I was leaving something out. Notice how there was not a single women's match or segment in this show. Now, okay, here are the rankings out of the way. The rankings are already out of the way. I'm gonna give the show a 2.7 out of 5 for what it was. It was just mid, like a filler episode. Like, for what it was, for what they gave to me, I'm gonna give it a 2.7 out of 5. But how in the hell, in the big year of 2026, where you had Evolution last year, by the way, how in the fuck in this year do you have no women's segments, nor backstage segments, and the only big thing for the women you have is stuff with Danhausen? It does not make sense. And the show ended at 9:15 p.m. Central Time. Usually it starts at 7, ends at 9:30, 9:40, depending on how long the main event is. It ended at 9:15, which, dude, you could have squeezed a women's match or a segment in there. Who would you have? No idea. The women's IC champion. I don't even know. Just any match. I'll just take any women's match because, dude, like, why won't you have women on the show? Women's wrestling is often better than men's wrestling anyway, so. It's just, like, stupid in my opinion. How in the big 26 do you not have any women on the show? It's so stupid. So, yeah, I'm hoping this never happens again. This was a filler episode, so, okay, not many people really cared about it, so, yeah, but I'm hoping this never happens again where no women are featured, because that's just dumb, dude. We had 3 mid-filler matches and not a single women's match, alright. Cool. I mean, we're getting Raquel versus Solo next week. That still pissed me off, because give Roxanne a chance, by the way, but... Dude, you could have had that this episode. Damn. All right. Like, they can make matches on the fly. They've always done that. Why couldn't they do that here? I have no idea. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this one, though. Thank you for watching. It was kind of a rant at the end of it, but like I said, for the show they produced with everybody featured, I'm going to give it a 2.7 out of 5, but, dude, it could have been way better. It could have been It could have had at least one more women's match or segment. That's all I have to say there. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye.